So with the thought that's put into it, Jay, what are you going to be this year for Halloween?
That is a very good question.
Because I suggested something yesterday. Jay was looking at Star Wars costumes.
I was indeed. I actually watched Star Wars for the very first time this past week. And apparently, I'm one of the very few people who have not seen Star Wars.
Yeah, that's
Given Jay's
crazy
build, you might think that he might want to be Princess Leia in a gold bikini.
We have something right here.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Well, as you guys can see
What's up, Brittany?
that is one of my favorite signature Halloween costumes that we've pulled off. That was Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, who Brittany decided to visit the Marriott and spread some joy here in Napa Valley, and also made a bit of a scene at Domaine Shandong. There's nothing like going wine tasting and seeing a 6'7" drag queen.
Are you 6'7"?
In those heels, give me 5 inches.
No,
you
are 6'7" because clearly everybody knows that I'm 6 foot and Kristen's 5'8".
One of my other favorite costumes, as I mentioned on last week's episode, was my Cinderella outfit, complete with my very own Prince Charming.
This is not really the most ladylike thing to do on camera. I just wanted to make note of that. I mean, I am beating the shit out of this pumpkin.
Kristen, we never do ladylike things on camera. Okay, so it's not the best pumpkin, but it is the best pumpkin.
I'm making commentary about the fact that I'm beating this. Oh my God!
And Cinderella.
Michael.
So, Kristen, what are you going to be this year for Halloween?
I am Batman.
So I want to know, what picture did you bring?
You know what? I don't keep photographic evidence of Halloween. So if you want to know what I'm going to be, you can use your imagination. I'm going to be Rosie the Riveter, and I'm making my costume by hand because this bitch can sew.
Can you fix my duvet for her? That'd be great.
Of course I can. You just have to call me. You don't even want to be my friend anymore.
So Kristen, did you bring?
Dude, it's Harvest.
Whoa! Oh my goodness!
Wow.
And
I'm Robin. Suck a dick, bitches.
Oh, is that Robin?
Hold on.
Yes, it is.
That wasn't the right word, but I have to drink because
I didn't say fuck. Well, shit. No, I did. So it's over now.
So welcome to the theme behind becoming Robin.
Well, Gage is always a Marvel comic, so he was Batman last year. So I was Robin. And then my friend RC was also Batman, and we went to a costume party, and I was like, well, I need to work this shit.
I want to see you as Alfred.
So
I don't suit up well. I don't suit up well.
Costumes not to do. Okay? I think
Baby Hooker?
Anything that you can find at a store, perhaps.
Oh, wait, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we get to see our gorgeous co-host, Miss Susan Queen.
Ooh, what's up, hottie toddy?
So,
I'm hottie toddy. We like to potty. We don't like trouble. We don't party nobody.
She's a Native American.
It's Columbus Native American Day.
I believe, wouldn't the correct term be First Nation? I believe.
I think that yours is as good as mine.
Mine, this is actually the worst pumpkin I've ever carved, but I've never carved a pumpkin in less than 4 hours.
I love it. That is terrifying. Wait, can we focus on this picture real fast and notice that creepy clown
is that
directly behind you?
For
those of us at home who have seen the first episode of Freak Show, the new American Horror Story, that is quite terrifying, Susan.
Is it the new American Horror Story? Because I love that show. That's my new jam.
Have you seen the first episode? You will have a new appreciation for creepy clowns.
Seriously.
Or Stephen King's It.
Oh, totally. Tim Curry, best role ever.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not on camera right now, because I'm sweating trying to.
So prepared, and it's all laid out. I'm gonna carve a real pumpkin here.
This is my happy.
I have 2 eyeballs.
He's happy.
You do have 2 eyeballs.
See mine. See, look. He's very innocent and happy.
Yeah.
Your
mine
pumpkin looks like he needs some pills of some kind to make him.
Okay, listen, you bitched out on even making a pumpkin, so don't talk shit.
I'm observing.
No.
I'm learning from the master.
You bitched out.
So
say you bitched.
I'm a visual learner.
That's really all I know about pumpkin carving.
You know what? I think you did a great job. I learned a lot. I'm going to have to watch this show because I was kind of not paying attention.
So fast?
No. Because I was like doing the cameras and stuff. I think.
No.
What
I'm really excited about is actually Jay's topic today.
Oh,
I want to wash my hands.
A celebrity guest.
I do have a celebrity guest with us tonight. So, when it comes down to the holiday season, one of my favorite things about Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas is eating. And one of my favorite things to eat around these holidays is not only sweet treats, but cookies in general. So I thought of who makes the best cookies of anyone I possibly know. And there's no one better here in Napa Valley than Miss Annie the Baker.
Come on
down,
Woo! Come on down. The price is right.
Ooh, you see there?
Okay,
I'm on
you were
in.
making me laugh so hard.
Well, I mean, he's sitting here talking a big game and he's not backing it up, so it's like, oh shit, there's pumpkin on my
Not
phone.
while I'm smelling cookies.
The best is she just dug in and she just started and you did the best one, I think.
Yeah. FYI, mine is the best one.
No, I'm sorry, Annie, you maybe couldn't see from the audience.
Hello, I'm sorry. Mine's happy. He may not have a nose, but
Mine's
that's
Stewie because he's slightly stupid and challenged.
okay.
We love that.
You want me to stick something out of his mouth?
Yeah,
What?
mine is overcoming obstacles.
Overcoming.
Mine is nice and simple and pure, which doesn't come out of the studio a lot. So,
And then after what was coming out of her mouth, pure?
Yeah.
Pure, exactly.
Right?
My pumpkin's pure, people.
Annie the Baker, what do you do?
I make cookies all day.
So, I had the pleasure of meeting Annie
Wait, shit, is this the
several
one I want?
years ago. And after you've had one of her cookies, you can't just go to the store and buy cookies anymore. Because
Let's prop it up with this pumpkin.
you can literally...
Wow.
Perfect.
For you guys at home, I wish we had smell-o-vision.
No.
Just to be able to smell the aromatics
Wait,
coming out of
seriously?
this box right now.
Out of
It's
control.
just too much.
So Annie, can you tell me
They're
what
back.
you brought? I'm eyeing one right now.
No, this is a toffee chocolate.
This one right here, I wrapped the peanut butter. I didn't know if anybody had allergies, so
There
I got
are no
nervous.
allergies on this
All right, and
stuff.
that's the Black Forest. So that's dark chocolate
Look at
with
how
cherry.
good this looks. This
And then we've got
actually
chocolate
looks like solidified cookie dough.
I know what.
What am I eating? Because this is
Now that she has the toffee milk chocolate, and that's my top seller is women. That women love the toffee milk chocolate.
What is the most popular amongst men?
That's funny. It's actually the semi-sweet chocolate chunk, or all my gay friends love the sugar rainbow.
Oh,
you know that one is probably like also anyone under the age of 12. Yeah.
Oh.
So, Annie, where are you selling these? What are you doing?
That's the sugar
How are
rainbow.
you out there?
Well, you know what? I actually started it. I was actually telling Jay, it was kind of funny. I have a Pittsburgh Stiller tent because I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so what happens is my husband and I were talking about selling cookies, and I thought, you know what? I have a Stiller tent already. Let's just do it. Take it to the farmer's market. So I put the Stiller tent up, and I swear it's like a magnet. Because it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what sports team. If somebody sees like any kind of like fan, they come and they're like, "What's with the tent?" And then they see I have these big, huge glass cookie jars.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Right, and I do it on purpose just so that like they show off the cookie. And I just started selling cookies. I only had 4 flavors when I started 5 years ago, and now I have 18. And I'm still working.
So amazing.
Annie, I want to know more
So
about you
amazing.
because I feel like I know you because I see you all over.
Oh, yay!
I see you at Oakville Grocer
Yes.
and farmers markets, and people bring me treats. How did you get from Pittsburgh to Napa Valley?
Oh gosh, that's a really good
Because
question.
you're moving on up.
I was an accountant actually in downtown Chicago
Wow,
after I
that's a big
graduated.
difference.
I know, huge difference. And I just thought life's too short to do something you don't enjoy. So I left and came to Napa just to go to the CIA and up in Greystone in San Helena.
Oh, wait, we have to pause here for a second
yeah.
because when it comes to the CIA, according to Christina over there, it's not a real CIA.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
the
It's
real
an
CIA
extended
is-
education program.
Sorry, Annie, I went to real CIA in high school.
Oh, that's okay because
But I also
mean,
don't
it's
do
an
baking,
extension-
so it's
yeah,
different.
I just went for pastry because I had my 4-year
I
degree
worked at the restaurant
in accounting.
in my 20s.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God. The Wine Spectator.
Wine Spectator Greystone Restaurant before it was student run.
Yes,
So it was
gotcha.
a not-for-profit, which
Exactly.
was really exciting. I worked under Todd Humphreys,
Oh, yay!
which has the Martini House
Yes.
and now has the kitchen door.
Shout
I
out to
love.
Todd Humphreys. If you love
We
mushroom
love
soup
you.
and you're coming to Napa Valley, you must check out the kitchen door.
Love Todd Humphries.
On
Love Todd
Wednesdays
Humphries.
for Wing Wednesday, but
Yep.
That is so
Indeed.
funny. Okay, so back to CIA.
Yes.
Went to CIA, and then I thought, I honestly had the best. It was a 30-week program for only baking and pastry because I already had my 4-year degree.
What
so
was
I
the
thought,
most difficult thing to bake in that program?
Oh, God.
Souffle?
No, I'm not
tart?
afraid of soup. You know what? Actually,
I love it. I'm not
I'm
afraid of
souffle.
souffles.
No, I hated wedding cakes. hated. Oh God. Hey, because you know it's
Just
like
the
a
magnitude
2-day
of it?
project. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like I am a start to finish girl, and I want it to start in the morning and be done by the time. You know, like I don't want to like chill the little cake layers and then frost them the next day. So I decided, you know what, cakes are not my thing, and I think that's why I love cookies so much.
Your cookies are ridiculous.
And they're individual, you know, like individual.
Well,
like,
you make them such a different shape, so I love it. They're so doughy and beautiful in the middle. They're not flat.
Exactly.
And they don't get
And
hard,
not
and they
crispy.
maintain. I love it.
Yes, and they actually keep all
Excuse me, oh my
the
God.
components. The brown sugar, the butter, you know, vanilla, you get to taste all that. Where a flat crispy
covered
cookie
in-
is just sugary, you know.
Right.
Just even the dimensions and the design of your cookies are so 3D. I mean,
Yes,
not only are they
exactly.
aesthetically beautiful, but they have the shape and volume, and they're also uniform.
do.
They are all
They're
picture
so pretty.
perfect.
They
Well, look,
say that
there's
wine
like-
glasses were designed after women.
Oh, really? Oh,
And I would
did
say
not
that
know
your cookies perhaps are
Look at
probably
you,
the
you're
most
Look at this.
perfect
look at
shape
this.
I've ever seen.
Look at this beautiful. Just kind of open it up,
She's so cute.
and it's just like
Oh
boom,
my God, that looks
dude.
really good.
Look at that fucking surprise in there, people.
You're
Look at that
getting a little
beauty.
seductive
I
there.
am.
with
Well,
that.
I'm sorry.
It's
I've been
getting
on
a
a
little
no carb,
sensual,
no
little
sugar
sexual
diet,
there.
How good that
and I am
looks.
breaking it for Annie's cookies.
I hate to tell you this was the one you were eyeing up earlier. I think I
goddamn.
gave you the wrong ticket. Damn, I know. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
you were on the Atkins. You were allowed one cookie, not two.
No, she's allowed. She's like, because I
I-
accidentally gave her the wrong cookie.
When
Yeah,
Andy the
It was my
baker
fault.
says it's allowed, I guess it's allowed.
No, but I love that they're just kind of like, you know when you get cookies right out of the oven
Yes.
and you want them to be soft in the middle and then like kind of hard on the outside? These are all the time. Not just when where? Just
So-
everywhere. I just want to throw the cookies at the
So
camera because
for
they're
you
ridiculous.
people at home, if I'm not mistaken, you don't just
Oh.
retail your cookies here in Napa
Yes,
Valley, but
yes.
you do ship
I ship all over the
Please,
country.
all over
all
the country. So there's no
Where can I-
state you
so
can't
Look at
get
it's
to.
still
Where
melting in the
order
middle.
that?
People, it's still melting in the middle. And shit, she cooked these hours ago.
People at home want to know how they can try these cookies.
Yeah, you just go to AnnieTheBaker.com.
ANNIETHEBAKER.
And
.com.
my name is Annie
Annie the
Baker, and I just changed my
Oh,
name.
really?
Yes.
You can find her on Facebook.
And the
That's
fact
how I
that
tracked
eating
her
the
down
cookie.
today.
So, Annie, I have a really important question to ask you because
Oh my God.
I cook a little bit myself, but I
You
don't
do?
bake.
Oh, I get
So
that.
is there like a secret ingredient, or do you think like maybe your accounting background led you to be really
No,
good
you know,
at
it was my
cooking?
passion. It was my
amazing.
passion
You
for,
were-
honestly, I love
am. They're
cookie dough. Love
Fucking
cookie dough.
amazing. They're
Love
fucking
cookie dough.
amazing.
So I basically just started thinking, what happens in the oven that changes the dynamic of a cookie? And I started playing with it, and honestly, it is a secret recipe. My husband doesn't even know.
It's true.
Oh!
I have harassed her many a times to ask what all the ingredients
What do
are.
I have
She'll
to
give
pay
you a
Annie
few,
to
and
find
after
out
that-
what the
Yeah.
fuck is in these cookies, people?
Is it? I mean, because the shape is really different from
I
a regular
love it. It's
cookie.
a dome.
Usually
It's
they're
a
flat.
dome of
I call it
beautiful.
bulbaceous.
Right?
Ooh,
Is
that,
that-
I don't even know if that's a word.
I want to say boobacious because what's inside of it is magical.
So when it comes down to baking these cookies, I
Yeah.
know that you've had people inside the kitchen, but you will kick them out when
Yes.
it comes down to
I do.
go time.
Right.
Yeah, because
No one's
it is
allowed
a trade
in.
secret. It's a trade secret, and it's really something that and anybody who works with me, they have to sign an actual
Non-disclosure?
Yeah, non-disclosure.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Good for you.
Yeah, because it's just one of those things.
I did
where
that with
you-
my Pinot this year.
You have
Yep,
to.
Yep.
I mean, I
Bitches
trust
aren't going to know
people.
what's going on.
Yeah, I trust
So,
people, but
For
know,
you
yeah.
people
Do
at
it.
home, I have to say I'm slightly torn out
Eat
to
it.
my favorite cookie.
Eat it. Eat it,
but
Jim
my
Monkey.
favorite cookie might happen
Eat
to
it.
be the gayest of all the cookies.
Yeah.
I will admit it, but she does do seasonal. She
Yes,
can make
I
them in
do.
different colors.
Yes,
so
and weddings. I get a lot of weddings that'll say, "Can you do it in purple or teal?" So it's
what is
kind
the
of funny.
turnaround time? Say if I had a birthday coming up
Yeah.
or an anniversary, because believe me, after my better half tried her cookies, I can no longer bake cookies at home because they're like, "Oh, that's
I can
cute.
imagine that.
Why didn't you just buy Annie's cookies?" And I'm like,
He actually wakes up and comes to the market.
It's true.
I know.
He does.
Michael likes Annie a little bit more than he likes Jay.
I don't get breakfast in bed. Instead, it's like, oh, but babe, look, I bought cookies at the farmer's market.
Well, and this is actually a really good topic of conversation because you brought up your fiance and you said, Annie, that you hate making wedding cakes.
Yes.
And I've always thought for myself, if I get married, I don't want to spend $2,000 on a wedding cake. Do you see more people doing cookies and cupcakes?
Cookie
yeah,
cake?
not even
Cookie
just
tower.
like yes, like they'll take cake pedestals and then they'll pile my cookies on them, and then the cutest was I saw this adorable glass container with a spigot on this like country table, and one was chocolate milk and one was, I call it vanilla, but I guess it's just milk.
Right.
Yeah. But they had that and these like cute little mugs, and that was their, instead of a cake, that's what they had. And I thought, how adorable was that? And then the other thing was ice cold shots of milk with cookies at a wedding.
Oh,
And
love
that was
it.
You can even have your
That's
ice
awesome.
carving with a hole in it and you can put the milk down there.
Yes, to
just-
make it chilled.
I'm
That's
just planning. I'm
perfect.
making plans for you, Jay.
I feel like they need to be Grecian with like some awuza.
here.
They're like, whoopah!
I don't.
Down goes the shots of
Yeah,
milk.
it will actually. It
Oh,
will.
really?
No, it
Something's
doesn't.
got to
It
go
does.
in between
It
the
does.
champagne.
Okay. Nope, I don't give a shit. It's
I'm
all
not
good.
either, Susan.
That's good.
So,
That's all good.
AnnieTheBaker.com.
Yes.
Is there a turnaround time? So,
Oh, sorry.
if I needed cookies in 3 days, can you get them to me?
Yes, like a good 48 hours, because I only bake Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and I only ship Monday, Wednesday.
So
because-
why Monday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Because I'm selling at the farmers market on Tuesday in person.
Which
Friday
farmers
and Saturday.
market?
I'm at Napa Farmers Market
And
at the
Oxbow?
Oxbow. Yes, and then Fridays I do St. Helena up at Crane Park.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal up
Awesome.
there in St. Helena.
Because I know I've seen you at Oakville Grocer.
Yes.
Where else locally can I find you?
Oh, you're good.
You're everywhere.
We've got. Well, I just got Visa Chewy. Just
Oh
hooked me
my
up.
God.
Oh,
I know.
fantastic.
The guy came to the farmer's market and he said, "We love your cookies and we want to try something different." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's a big account." So
Right.
I was like, "That's awesome." So Visa Chewy, Oakville Grocery, Dean and DeLuca, Cameo Cinema, Sunshine, Napa Style, Yountville Deli, and that's Oakville Grocery. Or not? I said the Oxbow.
Oxbow.
Ritual.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
There's that. That's
Academy
probably they
Ritual.
sell the most because Napa Style and Ritual have them right there at their checkout. And so I'm like, I have to deliver to
amazing.
you.
And if you're
We need
waiting
to
for
put them
Ritual
on
Coffee,
here.
you do have to be patient because they make
Yeah, and
everything
then
with
you
lab
stare at my
individually
cookies,
made.
yeah.
So it does usually take 3 or 4 minutes before that coffee arrives.
Yes.
So I'm an impulse buyer. I'll be the first to admit. If it's standing there, I'm not terrible. I'm like, I need the magazine. I'll grab the candy. Anything within arm's
You're
grasp, I
Oh,
will
yeah.
start grabbing. I'm a
You want
consumer
this
at the
one?
core,
Wait, this
totally
half.
admit to it. And
No.
and between me and my better half, we're very proud about our
There.
consumerism because we support local businesses.
Yes, you
whenever we
do. You do.
possibly
You're
can.
so good.
And
I love Visa Chewy. I love that. because
Yes.
Some of us have a
Right.
winery
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
Maybe Kristen, maybe myself.
Yes.
So what cookies do you recommend pairing with wine?
Oh, that's a great
Oh my
question.
God,
You know
Annie.
the one that you were talking about, the Black Forest?
This one?
That is so funny. I get so many people coming up to me at the farmer's market and they say, "Oh my God, your Black Forest cookie goes great with Syrah." And I'm like, only in the Napa Valley. You know, like, I'm like, it also goes well with milk. You know, but
Yeah.
there are so many people who love to pair my cookie. So I've heard my peanut butter goes well with champagne. That's what I've heard.
I don't believe that for a second. Who's got champagne?
And then I've heard
You're speaking my language, Annie.
I think it's the tuxedo macadamia, which is white chocolate, dark chocolate, and toasted macadamia
Ooh, that
nut.
just sounds sexy.
Yeah, tuxedo macadamia. That one, actually, from what I've heard, the people at Charbet like to pair that with their port. So I
That makes
get
a lot of sense. That
Yeah,
makes a lot of
it's kinda
sense.
cute.
Yeah.
I get all these people who come to me and say, "We'll buy your cookies and then we'll have a wine tasting and we pair." And I think, well, that's really fun.
So on your
I didn't know.
website, maybe you should start. Do you
A
list?
pairing. I should start that. My husband mentioned that
Suggested
too, and I
pairings.
was like,
Bring
you
them
ever
all to
do-
the winery,
Yes.
and Jay and I will do a full tasting.
there you go.
Do you ever do Anzac cookies, Annie?
No, you know what? Because the Anzac is completely opposite of my cookie because
Right.
it's supposed to be a drier.
I mean, it's really just
What's
flour
the
and butter.
Anzac?
So Anzac cookies were cookies that were invented for, you could tell me what war down in
it was the Australian New Zealand Army Corps is what
Yeah, that's
Anzac
how-
stands
and
for.
they're, so basically it's a cookie that's made out of nuts, flour, butter, sugar.
Yep. And
Coconut.
Lyle's cane syrup is the key.
That sounds
ingredient.
Italian. So they're really healthy for
Yes,
you.
it is.
But they
Yeah.
pair really well with Chardonnay, which is why, you know.
Oh, yes. So I have an oatmeal double chocolate chip cookie, which is similar.
Wait,
to the
oatmeal and double chocolate chip.
No raisins. Tom.
What makes
Oh.
it double chocolate?
No raisins.
that
The
be
milk
sweet?
chocolate and dark chocolate.
Milk and
Yeah,
dark. Okay, got
and
it.
no raisins. And so that one, I've heard that one goes well too with the more of the apricot-y, so like a Chardonnay. And so it's funny, I do try to keep track. I'll like write it down if somebody comes and tells me. So I do have a list, and I could probably post it
So
at
if
some
people
point.
email you,
Yes.
you can send them that list.
Wait, but
Yeah.
how do I email Annie?
On my website, Annie the Baker, you can see there's Annie at Annie the Baker.
So do you
Oh,
have
and you
a
can
cookie
Google
family?
it. Just
Yeah, you
Annie
can
the
Google
Baker.
Annie
Yes,
the Baker
Facebook,
Napa.
on
Yeah.
Facebook.
On Facebook, you do have Annie the Baker,
Annie the Baker.
fan page.
Yeah,
so
I
feel
do.
free to like it.
Yes.
Because
fun.
it will remind
All
you
right.
to get cookies. Because speaking from personal experience, I've gotten out of many trouble for things. I might have showed up too late, or I might promise something and forgot to do it. But if you provide some delicious cookies, it'll get you out of a lot of
It
trouble.
really
Just
will.
saying.
And I know we're running out of time,
What
but I
does
have
that
to ask one more question.
Oh, yeah.
That's a new
Okay.
signal. 2 minutes. That
Yeah,
means 2
I know.
minutes.
I just have one more question.
Okay.
So I'm really, really passionate about ingredients, and I'm
Yes.
sure that there's something that you use that maybe I don't use in my baking. Is there like a brand of sugar or a brand of flour? Or
Oh,
something
that's
that
a
you
good question.
think gives you
Is
an
it
edge?
love?
Yeah.
Can you give me a recipe later?
Everything with you lately is like, it's love, or just we're loving. It's been Valentine's Day, my love.
He's
I
been
will
in the
say this.
longest relationship of any of us.
That is true. That is true, yeah.
That's
Really?
Well, maybe not you,
Oh, I
Annie,
was
but
just
Not
gonna
you,
say,
maybe,
19 years married.
Of our
Congrats.
relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, you got married when I
Got
was
10
born.
on
That's
me.
so special. Congratulations.
No, I will say I use all Guittard chocolate because it's a local family-run chocolate business, and so I do use Guittard. I only use Guittard chocolate.
Guittard?
Yeah, Guittard.
Huh?
Guitar.
Yeah, two T's. Yeah,
I was gonna stop.
Guitar chocolate.
that's okay. Yeah, Guittard.
I
and
could
it's
say a
really
lot about
good.
that, but I'm gonna keep my
Isn't it
mouth shut.
good?
Let's. No.
Well, no,
Guitar
not
chocolate?
just
Yeah,
guitar.
Guitar
I
chocolate
just-
because it's a San Francisco company.
No, I've heard
family.
nothing but amazing things.
Yeah,
I just
they're a really fun family too.
I can pull humor out of
I
anyone.
didn't know that was local.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's South San Francisco.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
Well,
they're wonderful.
okay.
Well,
This is your arms.
I want to say thank you so much to
yeah,
Annie the
nice
Baker for
try.
coming out to visit us here at Not
Anytime.
Taking Orders. You're welcome anytime as long as you bring more cookies with you.
Actually,
no,
anybody
I love
is
you, please
invited.
don't,
Come
because I'm
anytime.
trying to.
I know. I promise.
I'm gonna crash and burn.
And
later.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. In 3 weeks. Will be our
Yes,
next
we
episode.
have to skip the next
November
2 weeks
3rd
because
in 3 weeks.
we will be live at Morimoto Napa in
Fun.
2 weeks at their new sake bar with Eduardo for sake drinkers and friends.
So tune into that. You'll see me in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be the one waving at the
You're
camera,
all
drinking
invited.
all of the sake.
And our next show will be November 3rd.
November 3rd. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions for any of my beautiful co-hosts or myself, feel free to send them on in, even if it's comments about our Halloween costumes. We're all looking forward to an exciting Halloween season here in Napa Valley. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Check us out in 3 weeks. Thank you from Jay
Good
Brewer.
night.